Good morning, football fans. What is going on? And welcome to the regular season finale of Fourth and Funny. Let's get into it. Week 18 in the NFL, here we are. The regular season finale. It all comes down to this. What to play for when you've got nothing to play for? There's a lot on the line. We've got divisional matchups up and down this lineup. Everything from division crowns to getting left out of the playoffs and everything else. We've got two huge games today that we're going to cover in the picks, and we're also going to talk about Jacksonville's amazing turnaround under Liam Cohen. Nobody saw this one coming this year. And what did we get wrong from week one in our predictions? Man, was I off on some of those division winners this season. That was rough. Then we'll also take a look at the playoff preview as it stands right now and a quick hit of what our predictions may be for those season-ending awards. How do players stay motivated in the end of the season when they don't have things to play for? They've still got rent to pay and they've still got kids. So those contract incentive bonuses are going to be huge. You're going to see people taking shots at field goals, forced passes at the end of the game. You know, you got to get a few more receptions to trigger that bonus. Here's just a few that could quite possibly happen this weekend. Sam Darnold only needs 3 more passing touchdowns for a $500,000 bonus, and then 150 yards to unlock another $500,000. In one game, this man could get $1 million bonus. I don't know if he's going to get those 3 touchdowns, but 150 yards is very doable for Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks as they take on the Niners to take that division. Also, we have Saquon Barkley looking for 87 yards. Keenan Allen only needs 6 receptions for a $750,000 payout. There's up and down. Hollywood Brown. Hunter Henry only needs 5 receptions. I'm telling you, fourth quarter, if he's sitting at 2 or 3 receptions, they are going to force him the ball. And Nick Foles, 2 field goals for a $500,000 bonus. Again, these guys got bills to pay too. They live life just on a higher level than we do. So they are still going to show up and put in the work. Whether it's for the division win, whether it's for a spot in the playoffs, or whether it's that little bonus at the end of the year. How about the Jacksonville Jaguars under Liam Cohen making such an amazing turnaround this year? Duval. Man, Trevor Lawrence is really playing. He could quite be considered an MVP, but Stafford, I think, still has that one in the bank. But we'll talk more about that in the awards. Man, they drafted Travis Hunter. Really hasn't been that big of an impact on this offense this year. But man, Trevor Lawrence seems to have those up and down years. He's looked good. He's looked rough. Again, this could be a product of the NFL just being in a major parity season that Jacksonville is this well off so far late in the season with a brand new coach, new systems, all those things. But it just goes to show how quick turnarounds can happen in the NFL. Their draft strategy seems to be working for them. It's a slow burn. They've had a lot of turnover. If this team could just get some longevity and consistency, it may just unlock something special for the Jacksonville Jaguars and that fan base. Week 1 to week 18. What did I get wrong? Not a lot, but some. I picked the Chargers to win the NFC West. Denver. I also picked the Arizona Cardinals to win their division, and they are in last place in their division. So some of those haven't quite worked out. Philly did win their division. Lions, again, last in their division. This season, like I said, there has been so much parity in the NFL. Just between injuries, teams being depleted. Those few teams, the Eagles, the Niners, those teams are still up there at the top of the division. but there's a lot of other stuff mixed in there. Chicago, Green Bay's still there, but not quite the powerhouse that they were. But man, I really did not have the best preseason predictions for the end of the season. But I'll tell you what, in the off-season awards, I'm going to tell you right now, I think Matt Stafford has the MVP trophy locked up. Now, does that spell the end of his career, or does he come back and do one more round to try to get some more accolades? He's still up there. He's in the top 5 of a lot of passing categories and has opportunity to catch some of those guys. Tom Brady, I don't think he'll ever catch him. Peyton Manning probably won't catch him either. But Offensive Player of the Year, man, who's that going to be? Jonathan Taylor out of Indy? He was considered at one time to be an MVP candidate, and then the Colts fell off the side of a cliff. Sauce Gardner went from 1-6 with the Jets, thinking he was on top of the world with the 7-1 Colts, and then they went 1-7 down the stretch. Now, again, injuries plagued that team. Defensive Player of the Year, that's hands down Myles Garrett. He will take that. He also, I believe, will get that sack record today. Now, as far as the playoff preview for this week, we've got some teams that are really looking to get into it. But like I said, we've got... let's take a look here. We've got 2 games today, Saturday. Carolina taking on Tampa Bay. That is for the division. Now, if Tampa wins, they still need some help. If Carolina wins, man, what a turnaround for Bryce Young and that Carolina Panther team. Also, we have Seattle taking on San Francisco. Again, for the division and for a possible shot at that number 1 seed. If the Niners win, they don't have to leave home at all during the playoffs. And that is big for a team looking to win that championship after several shots at it the last few years. This may be their opportunity. If they can get that number 1 seed, but not so fast, look at how the Lions played last year. That 1 week off could spell doom. All right, guys, here we are. It is the final regular season picks of the season. We've got week 18, and the NFL has scheduled divisional matchups all the way up and down the schedule. Puts a lot of excitement and hate into this last season. Like I talked about, we have Carolina taking on Tampa Bay for that division. Again, we talked about the help that Tampa Bay needs. If they win, Carolina could take the division with a win. Give me Carolina to take out the broken Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then we have Seattle and the 12th man trying to take out San Francisco. But I think Brock Purdy and a few of those other banged up Niners that they're going to get back will prevail. San Francisco gains that number 1 seed. They never leave home in the playoffs, and give me San Francisco in this game. Then we've got Green Bay taking on J.J. McCarthy-led Minnesota Vikings. What do we have to play in this one? The Packers, they're just looking to get healthy for the playoffs. The Vikings, they've got J.J. McCarthy coming back. Is he going to show them something that may keep him as the starter heading into next season? I don't know. I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers in this game. Then a very interesting game between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Joe Flacco started week 1 for Cleveland against the Bengals. Now here in week 18, we've got Joe Flacco starting for the Bengals against the Cleveland Browns. The season has come full circle for this man. Myles Garrett is going to feast on Joe Flacco today and get that sack record away from Michael Strahan. Give me Cleveland to take out the Cincy. Again, now we've got another divisional matchup. Houston Texans, which is where I'm at, down in Houston, Texan country, taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts starting Riley Leonard. They're looking to just get to the end of the season, while Houston is putting on those final touches for their playoff run. Give me Houston in this game. Dallas and New York, two teams they have nothing to play for other than the hatred between each other. Give me Dallas in this game. Another game that's meaningless on the schedule is New Orleans and Atlanta. Both teams have a lot of questions to answer, but New Orleans, they're going to look at that quarterback, see if that could be a piece that they can use moving forward in the future. Give me New Orleans to win this game. Then Tennessee taking on Jacksonville. This should be a tune-up game for Jacksonville heading into the playoffs. Tennessee really doesn't have much they're playing for, either draft position or anything. They've already released their coach. They're looking already into next season. Give me Jacksonville to take out Tennessee. Then we've got the Chargers taking on, I almost called them San Diego again. We've got the Chargers taking on Denver. This game is a battle of playoff teams. I don't know that there's going to be a lot going on. Mario Hampton is out today. Denver probably won't play a whole lot of starters, but we'll see. They're both resting, getting ready for that playoff run, but want to keep their starters fresh. We'll see how long they play. Give me Denver in this game. Kansas City, man, are they decimated. They fell off, and nothing's right for them right now. A bunch of players on IR. We've got Patrick Mahomes. We've gone through Gardner Minshew. This is not a good game. The Raiders, they're a complete mess as well. Geno Smith is not playing today. This game could be probably one of the most boring games of the weekend, but give me the Raiders to pull this one out at home and close out the season with a win. Then we've got Washington taking on Philly. Philly looking to stay sharp. Don't know that they're going to get that number one seed, but give me Philly to take out Washington. Then we've got Aaron Glenn and the Jets taking on the Josh Allen-less Buffalo Bills, as Buffalo really has no position to play for other than to stay fresh, stay in rhythm. Give me Buffalo to take out the struggling Aaron Jets and in that game. I'm telling you, those Jets, they crashed and burned hard. We're going to see in the offseason, is Aaron Glenn going to get a second season there? We'll find out. But yes, give me Buffalo to take that game. Miami, again, another coach, dead man walking. He'll be gone probably Monday, I'm guessing. And then we've got New England. That game, a divisional matchup in New England, in January now. Here we are. Give me New England in that game. The Arizona Cardinals, my pick to win the NFC West this in week one. No such luck. Injuries. Kyler Murray, another Call of Duty season. Rams, give me the Rams. Even if they rest players, they're still going to handle Arizona. Then we've got my Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears in Soldier Field in the freezing cold. There's a lot of players out. Amon-Ra St. Brown may be a game time decision. He's dealing with a elbow injury, I believe it is. Alex Anzalone is out after suffering a brain injury, quote unquote concussion last week. So I don't know. The Bears, they're locked in. They've got it going on. Ben Johnson is riding high there in Chicago. For my sake, I understand there's a lot of, if the Lions lose, they help themselves out. They get an easier schedule, a higher draft pick. But if you could beat Ben Johnson one more time and just give him that big middle finger, I'd enjoy it, especially on my birthday. But the Bears might pull this one out. Give me the Lions. And then to finish out the marquee game of the weekend, we've got Baltimore heading to Pittsburgh to take on Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is for all the marbles in that division. Winner take all, loser goes home, Aaron Rodgers may retire, John Harbaugh may get fired. This game has a ton of implications. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. Never liked him as a Packer. Didn't really play as a Jet, but didn't like him as a Jet. I don't like him as a Steeler. He beat my Lions. But I'm not a big Baltimore fan either. So give me Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin to pull it out one last time and get into the playoffs, win that division, and let Aaron Rodgers have one more shot at that Super Bowl. All right, guys, that's been the picks. That's been the regular season. What are your thoughts heading into the playoffs? Let's look forward to Super Wild Card Weekend, and I'll be back then. Until then, have a good weekend, guys.